Bum 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 bum. What up? What up? YouTube? What's going down? What's cracking? Big dog. What's cracking? What's up? What's up? What's up, everybody? What's it going down? What's going down? I don't know how many people I'll get on the stream today, but just want to jump on and say what's up. Navajo Mama, how is it going? You're cooking dinner. I'm cooking dinner right now too. I am having some steak. This is my second day having steak. I literally had steak last night, and I just wanted some more steak. I already so yesterday I cooked the steak in the afternoon. That was my steak. But I told you guys, remember I said I had a steak left over for um Lefty. And when I got off the live last night, I couldn't sleep, so I made that steak again last night. So I had a steak like at 2 in the morning. And then today I got up, went to work, and then I did my estimates, and I said, you know what, I'm gonna have another steak. So then I bought another steak. So now I'm gonna have another steak. And I think I can have a steak every day. I think I might be able to eat steak every day. I'm not sure though. I wanted to do an all meat diet and see how that would work out for me. But I haven't had enough cash to do an all meat diet because it's just I don't know. Sometimes the meat can be expensive, and I would like to cut it up then freeze it, but I don't like frozen steak. They kind of taste weird, so I haven't really tried to do that yet. What are you making for dinner, Navajo Mama? Sarah. Good evening, bro. What's up, Harrison? What's going down? Let me see. Jerry says, "Yo, Jamunson, good evening. What's up, Jerry Big Gay? What's going on?" That's incredible. Incredible. I think it's pretty dope that I can eat steak so much. I think it's might be bad, but then also good for you. Chicken soup, Mexican style. Okay, that sounds pretty good. Chicken soup, Mexican style. That's what's going on over there at Navajo Mama's house. I'm gonna grab my steak right now. Just hold it real quick, guys. What's going on here is a failure to communicate. Just let me set up my little table right here, you know what I'm saying? My little chair table. What's going on here is a failure to communicate. Boys. I'll tell you what, this looks pretty delicious if you ask me. I was uh I was telling Simone the other day that I was gonna go vegan, but turns out I just can't do it. Check it out, guys. Damn. Look at this steak. That's a fat piece of beef right there. Woo! Damn. It's pretty fat, man, honestly. Look at it. Huge slab of beef. It's gonna be delicious. I just know it. Ooh, nice and medium rare. Mm. 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 Wow, never heard you call me Sarah before. Unlocking a new level on YouTube, new YouTube world. Sarah. Yeah, yeah. It's rare for me to call people by their first name, but you do look like a Sarah, though. Honestly, for real, for real. Wow. Lil Rezzy, what's up, Rezzy? Simone says, I really believed you were changing your ways. I low key thought that I could, but I don't think I could for real, honestly. Good evening from North Dakota, big dog. What up, North Dakota? Shout out to North Dakota. Yo, this steak is literally a rare steak. This is a chuck. Look at that bad boy. Damn. Thank you. It's an arrow honor. I look like a Sarah. What does a Sarah look like or mean? Well, Sarah looks like Navajo Mama. Where them sides? Psst. This is the sides, big dog. This is it. This is it. Mm. Everybody in my family knows that I don't like to eat sides with my steak. I just eat the whole steak itself first, and then if I want, I enjoy some sides. But no sides, big dog. Hello, Lori. How was your Monday? How did the estimates go? Hello from Denver. Looks like a full roast. Where's the green chili? Huh? Mm. What's up to Denver? Shout out to Denver. It does look like a full roast. I think it was honestly supposed to be a roast, but I said, you know what? Hell with the roast, dog. I'm gonna eat a big steak. Honestly, though, um, this slab was so much bigger, and I cooked it earlier for lunch, and I ate half of it, and then just earlier I was like, man, I'm gonna re-eat that steak. So now I'm eating the steak again. It's delicious. The same. It was just as delicious as it was before. It is just as delicious as it was before. Was that Lefty's unclaimed steak from yesterday? I ate Lefty's steak last night. I actually ate my own steak yesterday, and then at night after I got off the live, I ate Lefty's steak, and now this is a whole new slab steak. I had steak this afternoon. Now I'm having steak this evening. Crossing my fingers, I'll have steak tomorrow too. Mm. It's a little too much protein for a little guy like me. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I don't think I need this piece. I think I just got to stay away from the microphone just a little bit, you know? So like when I say my peas pop when I'm super close. Watch. See how they pop? So when I stay away from it and I say puh, puh, it doesn't really pop. So I think as long as I stay away from the microphone, have some distance, I don't think I need that piece. Kind of just getting in the way. Peace, 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 peace. You know what I'm saying? Oh, my day was good. Guess who didn't show up for work today? Lefty. See? This is why I make a big deal when Lefty needs to go somewhere, even just to the store. This is why I make a big deal of Lefty leaving my side for only 10 minutes. Because he disappears and I don't see him in 2 days. I already told you guys this last night. I'm not even lying when I tell you guys that. So, I had to hold it down today, this morning. Our meetup time is usually at 8 o'clock. But the other guy who works with us, it was 9 o'clock. And hopefully he didn't even tell me he was going to be late. I texted him. I said, "You outside?" He said, "Oh, I'm on my way." And I was like, "Nah, dog. It don't work that way. You're supposed to tell me if you're going to be late or if you're going to come in or not. You know what I'm saying? You can't just come whenever you feel like it, and you can't just leave whenever you feel like it. You can't come in late whenever you feel like you want to come in late. It's not how it works." So I just told him, "You know what? Don't worry about it. Come in until tomorrow." So I had to do those 2 estimates this morning, right? The first estimate was for a Navajo lady. She was pretty cool. She was very talkative. She was telling me about her property, things that she wants to do with her house. I didn't get her to get any major work in, but I did schedule her for a weekly maintenance starting on August 7th. So I scheduled her in for that day. And right after that estimate, I drove to another one. Man, this dude pissed me off because I'm knocking on the door. He came to the door and he's like, "Hello." I said, "Hey, I'm here to do an estimate for you. We had an appointment." And he said, "I couldn't hear you. Come closer to the door." I went closer to the door. I said, "I'm here to do an estimate. We had an appointment last week. My son already took care of it." He didn't tell me. He didn't tell me that he was going to do it. He just did it. So I don't need it no more. I said, "Bro, couldn't have called me. You couldn't have texted me and told me, hey, my son did a horrible job on my front yard. So I don't need you anymore." Because I saw the yard. Didn't even look like anything was done. It looked bad. So I was like, "Man, your son sucks at doing yard work, dude. That's why we exist. So we can do a good job for you." She ain't gonna last. He'll be calling me up sometimes again. This time I'm gonna up the price on his ass. On his old ass. He's over here hitting me with that, "Oh, I got knee surgery. I got knee surgery, so I can't hear you. I'm deaf on this side." And I don't give a fuck. You still should have called me. So I just said, all right, it's cool. Okay, have a good day. And I just took off. Right after that, I drove to the next estimate. You guys were pretty cool. Pulled up. She showed me everything that needs to be done. Basic yard work. No weed pulling, just debris removal with the blower. And then there's a little pathway. They have a little pathway, and there's like sand right there, and rocks got into it, and it kind of looks all messy. So they want us to redo that pathway. So I said, all right, I'll send you an estimate in a little while. So I sent it to them. Then right after that, I went over to the first client's house. and we do weekly we do weekly yard services for him. So after we knocked out that weekly service, we went over. Oh, we, me, when I, man, that was hard too because I was hungry this morning, right? So I did the weekly, mowed the lawn, I did the edge trimming, I blew all the grass and stuff all over the place. I hit up the guy and I said, "Yo, I think we're gonna need to do some weed pulling here pretty soon. So let me know when you want to do that. I'll schedule a date so that we can come in and we can knock out these weeds for you." All right, so he paid me. I took off. Um, I went over to see my daughter real quick. She's cute. My daughter swims, so she has a class. So I went over there and I watched her swim class for a while. Took off and I went to the next estimate. She was pretty cool. I kind of just showed up unannounced. I didn't call her, so she's like, "Oh, I was waiting for your call." I said, "Oh, I'm sorry. I'm here though, and I wanted to do the estimate." She said, "Okay," and I just said, "You know what? Just wave at me when you're ready. Feel free to bring in your groceries and take your time. I'll be in the truck." And she said, "Oh, okay, thank you so much." And she said, "Yeah, I'll be a minute." So she went inside. I went back in the truck. I've been watching Bear on Hulu, so I finished watching Bear. I started yesterday afternoon, and I finished watching both seasons today or yesterday and today. So I literally binge watched it. And I was watching Bear in the truck. She called me over and she said, "Hey, you can come over." And I was like, "All right, cool." She's an older white lady, you know. So she showed me around, told me what needs to be done. I said, "Okay, yeah, we can knock this out. We can do it in a day, a couple of hours." I said, "More than likely, I'll send somebody over so that they can handle this for you. And if you have any questions, just give me a call or send me a text." I said, "When I get back, I'll take a screenshot of the invoice and I'll send it to you." She said, "Okay." So, all right. So I came back to the no, after that, I went to the store and that's when I bought this badass steak right here. I said, "Damn." I got the steak. Came back over here. Turned on the iron skillet. Threw this bad boy on there. Knocked out the estimate. Sent it to the lady. And she responded and she said, "Yeah, we'll come in and do it on Wednesday." I said, "All right, we'll see you on Wednesday." Now I'm waiting on another lady to respond. So out of those 3 estimates that I did today, we secured 2 of them, 2 jobs. One for bi-weekly work, one for one job on Wednesday. One of them has to talk to her boyfriend, and then the other one is a lost cause, that old man with the messed up knee and the side ear that doesn't work. We missed him. We missed out on him. I did do some follow-up calls on some other clients, and then they were like, "Yeah, it's way too hot. We don't want you guys to be out here in the heat." And I said, "Bro, I'm wearing a hoodie. It's okay. Don't worry about us. We'll take care of ourselves." So, oh, and I came back and then I edited a video. I don't know if you guys saw the video I made last night. Just giving some advice to the kids and also telling the teachers of America to stop being assholes. I edit that video and I put it on this channel and also my other channel. So hopefully it gains traction and hopefully some teachers see it. Oh, specifically Navajo teachers. I hope the Navajo teachers see it. You and me both know these Navajo teachers are a bunch of assholes, man. You and me both know. Obviously, I'm not talking about all the Navajo teachers. I'm talking about the asshole Navajo teachers. I've had a couple in my day. I'm pretty sure you guys had a couple in your days. There's just something about them that they're just so miserable, so mean, so miserable. You know what I'm saying? So I just gave them some advice and I just told them, hey, yo, there's different ways to communicate with these kids. Not all the kids, well, I didn't say all of this, but what I'm basically trying to say is there's different ways to talk to kids, right? You're not supposed to talk to students the same way you talk to your own kids because different kids come from different families, different areas. It's not all the same. You have to communicate with each student uh, differently. Each student has their own way of communicating. Some students might respond to more more verbally. Some students may respond like I know I've been with students who responded through letters or they respond through like activities. There's different ways to communicate with these kids, and I know a lot of Navajo teachers when they get upset they just start yelling at the kids. So I just wanted to make that video so that the teachers know that I know that they suck at being teachers. Basically, that's what I wanted the teachers to know is that, yo, I know that you suck at being a teacher. Yeah, though you might be teaching the kids the proper way as far as your study guide tells you to teach them, but there's a lot more that the kids need to learn that is not in the curriculum. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like a lot of teachers are so robotic that they don't even try to entertain the idea of teaching the kids about life and about other things that actually matter because they're afraid that they're going to get in some type of trouble, you know? I guess I sort of get it. I sort of get it, but I refuse to understand it. I refuse to accept it. That's the thing. I cannot allow myself to accept that teachers are so scared of the system that they won't teach the kids anything other than what is on their lesson plan. And they create their own lesson plans, but they do it through the curriculum. And you might think I'm full of shit, but only a year ago, a relative of mine was going to school in Pinyon, and I don't know which Miss Yazzie it was or which Miss Begay it was that was teaching at the school, and she was really mean. There's like no, she wasn't being lenient. She wasn't trying to connect. She was just being mean. I don't think that's right. I don't think that's professional. I don't think she should be a teacher. I think that she needed to be put in check. I think someone needs to put her in check. And I think that whoever's in charge of that school system needs to really put those teachers through more training, professional development training. Um, some of these teachers, they need to realize that the only reason why they're there is because of those kids. Trust me. If you're a student and you come from a household that's a bunch of arguing and yelling at you, and you go to a school and the person you're supposed to be taking instructions from is just yelling at you and screaming at you, more than likely, I wouldn't want to learn anything from you. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't want to learn nothing from you. All you're doing is screaming at me. What the fuck? There's different ways to teach. That's all I'm trying to say. And whoever those Navajo teachers are in Pinyon, Miss Begay or Miss Yazzie, one of them, there's a lot of them actually that go to school that teach. There's a lot of Miss Begays and Miss Yazzies out there on the res. I'm pretty sure there's some of them who are great, but The ones in Pinion that I'm talking about, yo, assholes, straight up assholes. Y'all need to stop being assholes, man. When you're gonna go to the classroom, you need to learn to implement different strategies on how to connect with the students, straight up. Because the kids these days, they're different. The kids these days are not like you were when you were a child. You need to get it straight, because the kids that are in your classroom are not the kids that are in your household. They're not in your family. You can't expect to teach kids that come to a public school and just consider them children that are in your household or in your family, and then talk to them as if you would talk to your own children, or talk to them as if you would talk to your own relatives. You know? It just doesn't work. It doesn't mix. So if you are a Miss Begay or a Miss Yazzie, and you work anywhere in these BIA schools across the Navajo Nation, please, I am begging you, if you know that you are an asshole, please stop being an asshole. If you know you are lacking as far as communicating with your students, please look it up on YouTube and search, how can I communicate with my students in a more positive, productive way? All right. It's time that you start taking your learning and your kids' learning in your own hands and teach them some valuable shit. And I'm not saying go completely off the script as far as your curriculum, because although there's a lot to learn in the curriculum, the younger kids can also learn a lot from the way you speak to them. You know what I'm saying? Because if you're just yelling at the kids all fucking day, you're just going to learn to yell at each other all day. You know? So do some research. Stop being, how could I say? It's not statistic. It's another word that starts with an S. It's like how everybody thinks that all natives are drunks. What is that word called? It's a stereotype. Okay. Stop being a stereotype. Because like a lot of people like me who believe in what I believe and who think the way I think, a lot of us believe that a lot of teachers out there are assholes. Just stop being a stereotype, man. You need to flip the script. You can teach all you want as far as your curriculum, but throw some other shit in there. You know what I'm saying? Throw some new things in there. Throw some activities in there, not just once in the beginning of the school year. Do it every Monday. Just imagine what type of response you get from students on the first day when you do like an icebreaker or a team building activity. You can see the difference, right? Because the students start to lighten up and they start to laugh at each other, and they start to create like bonds in the classroom, and they start to have friendships out of nowhere. Just imagine if you did that every single week on a Monday. Hello, students. Welcome back to class. We are starting a fresh week. It is Monday. Please, let's all get up out of our seats and let's go stretch. Oh, and then stretch with the kids. Turn to your neighbor and shake their hands or give them a fist bump and say, how you doing? Hey, how you doing? Hey, how you doing? See, you're breaking the ice. You're trying to get the students ready for learning, ready for the classroom environment. That's what you're doing. So just research different types of ways to do student bonding with students bonding with students, and then students bonding with the teacher. Take 5 minutes away from your class just to do something that simple. It's not that hard. It ain't that difficult just to take 5 minutes away from your lesson plan to do an activity where the kids are more um, more attentive or more attracted to being in the classroom. It gets their blood boiling, you know, it gets them super hype. It ain't that hard to get a children to be more active and more productive in the classroom. Yeah, a lot of students might have some things going on at home, but once they get into the classroom, I feel like it's the teacher's responsibility to help them snap out of whatever reality that they're facing at home and start to get more engaged in the classroom. Because I've been in school before. I've been to BIE schools, and I'll tell you one thing, man. None of those fucking teachers ever tried to do any of those activities with us when we were kids. None of them. Go in the classroom, and then the teachers would be like, sit down, no talking, get your books out, start reading, do this one right here. It's like a bell assignment or some shit. I don't know what it's called. Do your bells. And then you doing your bell. Nothing, man. No greeting, no saying, how was your weekend this weekend? Just something as simple as communicating with the kids can really just set the mood for the rest of the day. Not if it's not for you, man, do it for the kids. Set the mood for the kids so that they're super engaged and super happy to learn. Don't just let them come into the building and then give them a fucking assignment and be like, here, do this. And then if they raise their hand, you say, what? I don't understand this. Right here, you need to read it. Yeah, you can't tell me that you have never had a teacher that way. So I'm saying, man, these school districts, they need to retrain their teachers. I understand that all teachers have their own lives too. But that can't be an excuse. They signed up thousands of dollars, years of their lives, dedicated their careers to become teachers. Now, if you do that, why the fuck are you having such a hard time learning different ways to engage with the kids? If you're going to dedicate your entire career to being a teacher, there's nothing wrong with switching up the formula every once in a while. All right. Thank you, Cal. Shout out to that cow. I appreciate the sacrifice. Man, I don't know if I could ever become vegan, dude. That's just too damn delicious, man. I bet if you shared this live with a teacher on the res, the first response I'm going to get from any one of those teachers is going to be, well, you do it, Dan. You be a teacher. You teach the kids, Dan. I don't see you trying. And that's exactly what I'm talking about, man. So typical. You know what I'm saying? Such a typical child response from such a great, honorable adult. And we entrust these people to teach our children, and they would respond with such a childish comment. Damn. If I didn't say it, nobody would, honestly. So we are smoking the Punch Cigarlos. It's a really cool pack. I've had this for over, I think, 3 weeks now. They taste pretty good. They're really bitter, like really strong taste to it. But they are delicious, and they make me feel delicious. They probably make me look not so delicious, but they make me feel super delicious. Uh, it's good for my testosterone, I've heard. So I feel like that's super accurate. Faylene Goldtooth says true. Yeah, that's true. Can I get an amen in the chat if you believe what I'm saying? If some of you guys have any rebuttals, please rebuttal in the chat. Tell me something I said that was wrong. Or even just tell me somewhere I can like improve my my opinions in, because I know a lot of the things that I'm saying could be true, but a lot of the things I might say might be not so true to some of you guys. Let me know what's up. That's a pencil and a paper. Use it. Yeah, I mean, I've heard that before. Yo, I've had horrible teachers in my life, bro. I've really had horrible teachers in my life, man. Some of the teachers in my life, they just gave us packets and just had us sit there and, just expected us to learn on our own. I mean, like, at that point, what the fuck is your purpose anyways? I mean, yo, anybody can print out a bunch of papers and make packets and then pass it out to the kids, and then that's it. Like, what is your purpose in this school district, in the building, if all you're gonna do is psh, psh, and that's it? It's like, come on, dog. If you're trying to teach us a lesson to be like, you have to be more independent, and you have to be more self-sustaining, and you have to learn to read directions on your own and then do the work yourself. If that's the lesson that you're trying to teach and you're a teacher, I feel like they're going at it a completely wrong way. Because, like I said, the purpose of a teacher's presence in a school is to teach. And it's that simple. They shouldn't have to like overcomplicate it, Don't overcomplicate it. Just teach and just be there for your students. That's literally your purpose, is to teach the kids and be there for the kids. I feel like there's a lot of other ways to go about teaching a kid how to be more resilient, resistant, self-sustaining, and so on, And if that's something that the teachers want to teach, they should really get with like the PE teacher or some of their elective classes and tell them, hey, you need to start implementing different ways for the students to be more those ways that I just explained. Because I've had teachers who just gave me packets before, and I didn't know what the fuck to do with it, and I just didn't do it. Like I said, every student learns differently, and it might suck. That might be like a crossroads for a lot of these teachers. But that's the reality of this world, is that not all students learn the same. I didn't learn the same. That's the reason why I dropped out of school so many fucking times, because I didn't learn like all the other kids learn. I'm more hands-on. I'm a hands-on type of student. Like, even in band class, the teacher had us reading all these notes and shit. And I'm like, I ain't reading these notes. I don't even know. I don't even want to learn these notes. Like, even if I applied myself, right? I tried to learn, but it just didn't work. So instead of that, she had me do instruments on my laptop. She said, okay, just create some instruments and create a song on your laptop. And I was like, oh shit, that sounds nice. That sounds appealing. I'll learn how to do whatever you guys are doing in class, but hands-on. I'll be doing it on the computer. And I believe I passed that class. I think it might have been with a C, but I still passed it. You know, my grade might have sucked, but I still passed that class. So I think that was a W for arrows. My sister is on her way to Albuquerque right now. All right, let me read some of these comments. Team Yazzie says no vegans her either, making Angus burgers and watching your live. Hell yeah! Shout out to everybody who doesn't care if cows get slaughtered for our benefits, for our foods. Navajo Mama says, I concur. Teachers need to be gracious, kind, mindful, and patient. That's true. Renee says, good evening. Interesting topic, but I am a Gen X, so I think you should present a solution to the BIA teachers. I am probably a Miss Yazzie, though. Yeah, you probably are. But there's going to be a lot of Miss Yazzies out there, and Mrs. Bigays and Mrs. Yazzies. You know what I'm saying? I think you should present a solution to the BIA. See, so many years, right? Because schools didn't open just yesterday. You know, schools didn't open yesterday. BIA didn't just fucking open yesterday. Or BIE, not BIA. The BIE, it didn't open up just yesterday. All of these residential programs, all of these public schools on Navajo Nation, they've been there for years and years. You know what I'm saying? And am I honestly, truthfully, the only person that has expressed these concerns? Like, for real? Am I the only one that's doing it publicly now? No. I'm probably not the only person who has said this before. And I'm pretty positive, see the P's popping, and I'm pretty positive that there's been hundreds of parents who had expressed these concerns. It doesn't even need to come out from their mouth. If their student is failing and the students are not understanding the curriculum, then they should implement different ways to teach the kids. They're on their own. It shouldn't take anybody to like me to come over and say, listen up, guys. This is a way for you to teach the kids. And if they haven't thought about this themselves, then something is seriously wrong, because if they've gone these many years without thinking the way I'm thinking right now, yo, it's like, what the fuck is going on then? What are you guys even doing? Like, what are you even doing? Why should I have to be the one to present a different way? Why can't you guys have figured that shit out on your own? You know, put the statistics together and see how many people are dropping out, and then figure out why they are dropping out. Figure it out yourselves. I mean, you're the fucking captains of the BIEs. You're the captain of the school. Figure it out. Isn't that not hard to do? I mean, shit. Am I tripping? Or should they have gotten their shit together a long ass time ago? Seriously though. It doesn't make sense sometimes. It doesn't make sense. And if you are a Miss Yazzie, Renee, if you are a Miss Yazzie, I don't think you should just give up and just be a Miss Yazzie, because the issue here is disrespectful Miss Yazzies and disrespectful Miss Bigays. Now, if you're just gonna say I'm a Miss Yazzie and then put hands up like this and then just say, oh well, then the students you are teaching, they're gonna have an issue. You know what I'm saying? They're gonna have an issue with your teaching. And if your attitude is Miss Bigay and Miss Yazzie, I might be one of them. So what? Then it's not really gonna present like it's not really a good it's not really a good thing to just be a horrible Yazzie or a horrible Bigay and then just be like, oh well, I guess I'm one of them. You know, that's where the issue lies. And I guarantee it, if this video gains traction and more people listen to it, and then more Miss Begays and Yazzies hear it, I guarantee you that half of them are probably not even going to do any self-reflecting. Half of them are probably just going to be like you and say, I guess I'm one of them, so what? And there's no self-reflecting, so there's no self-growth, and their teaching style is going to be the same as it was last year and the year before and the year before and the year before, and they're going to say, oh well, if the kids don't get it, then they're screwed. It's not my fault, it's their fault. I don't think that's how teachers should roll. Honestly, I think teachers should be forever evolving. Teachers should be forever growing. Teachers should be forever thinking outside of the box. Teachers should be forever engaging with the kids. Teachers should be forever showing these students uh, different parts of the world, different types of food. These teachers should be teaching the kids about the world and how to exist in the world and how times are evolving and how people are evolving and how social media has a huge step on how people make a living nowadays. Because a lot of people these days, they don't need to work like we work. Millions of dollars already given to these 16-year-old kids out here, and they're making more money than Miss Begay and Miss Yazzie's put together. Like, shit is evolving, and I feel like kids, they should be able to benefit off of these. You know, they should be able to benefit off the computer. So rather than telling the kids social media is bad, the internet is bad for you, stay off your phones and all this shit, they could say that, or they could say, hey, the cell phones, computers, the internet, social media, they all have its benefits. They're not all bad, you know? But when we're here in this classroom, it is my job to help you learn what's on this curriculum. But once you go outside or once you go back home or get on the bus, you're more than welcome to use social media or use your phone as a tool. But don't use it as a tool for anything negative. You have to use it for something positive. Because you don't have to be like me. I'm a Mr. Yazzie. You don't have to be like me. I spend hours and hours on TikTok just scrolling. I'm wasting my time on TikTok. But you can use it to your benefit. You can start to learn different ways to make money. You can literally explore the world on this tiny little device right here. You know what I'm saying? And then, just tell the kids that there are so much more benefits to having social media and having a cell phone, rather than just completely saying it's bad, don't do it. You know what I'm saying? It's just facts. I would like to rebuttal. All right, go ahead, KC, rebuttal. Let's hear it. Team Yazzie, I agree they need to encourage the kids, not belittle them, inspire them. Hell yeah. Hey, man, my brother, get him, Lil Razor said. Navajo Mama says, teachers need to be more selfless. Teachers can make a difference. Teachers should be respectful all the time, right? That is so sad that teachers treat students like that. It's heartbreaking. It's awful. It is very awful. And I was super, super disappointed when my relative came home and said, my teachers are mean, and it's just the first day of school. I'm like, why the fuck these teachers got a stick up their ass? If they're gonna feel like that and bring that attitude to the house, to the school, they should stay their ass at home. Like, come on, bro. Like, I get that you need to have some type of discipline in your classroom, only when students are being super disrespectful toward you. And that's when you got to implement teaching the kids that in order to get some respect from me, you have to show me some type of respect, right? It's as simple as that. And it's the way you teach it to the kids that makes them understand that in order for me to get respect, I have to give respect. It's not that hard to teach that to kids, especially when they're so young. It's harder to teach an older person new shit. That's why older people have such a huge problem with me and the way I speak, is because I'm younger than them and I'm trying to teach them new shit and they don't want to learn new things. Everybody always says it's impossible to teach old dogs new tricks. You know what I'm saying? I'm not calling them a dog or anything, but they do have a stick up their ass and they need to switch that shit up. Because if it's the first day of school and you come to school with a bad attitude and you start yelling at the kids, maybe they did something wrong. Maybe they turned the wrong way. Maybe they went to the wrong class. Maybe they came to class late on the first day and you get mad and upset with them. That's just fucking ridiculous. At some point, the teachers need to take some of the accountability. You know what I'm saying? Why were you just sitting your ass here in front of your desk on your computer? Why didn't you get your ass out and stand right there in front of your door and then greet your students, shake their hand and say hi? Why did you have to sit there all fucking sloppy and mad? Come on, dude. I'm telling you, man, shit is different these days. You can't be just the random ass, old ass, mean ass Yazzie or Begay anymore, man. You can't do that to the Navajo kids anymore. We literally need to switch up our learning tactics and our teaching tactics so that we can have more successful students that graduate. We need more people who graduate. And I'm pretty sure that a lot of the ways that it used to be is not the same way it has been, because I know people out there who are trying to teach differently. And my sister is one of them. When I was working with my sister at the community school, she was really trying to teach the students differently. And while we were working together, we both, with our boss, who was really cool, he was really dope. He hired me and he was like, yo, I believe in you and I feel like you can bring something different to the table and teach these students different things, and just about different lifestyles and about different career paths, and just other topics rather than what the previous people at that school were teaching. Because you guys already know about residentials, right? So the residential, a lot of people at that residential that I used to work at, all their styles were old school because they were all old, and they all had the same teachings from a long time ago, and they didn't really know how to step up the game. You know what I'm saying? So it's just like he trusted me to bring something different to the table. Therefore, I knew it was my duty to bring something different to the table. Some of the kids were, I wouldn't say they were disrespectful or anything, but some of the kids they just needed a little more attention. You know what I'm saying? And for those that weren't really, they were having more of a hard time adapting to the new environment that I was bringing to the school. Though they had a harder time, so I would take away privileges, right? You can't play basketball today, man. You got to finish your homework. I saw your grades, and I think that you need to focus on your homework tonight. But tomorrow, you might be able to play ball. But I really want you to finish this right here. We're bringing different types of styles to the table, and we would like reward them, and we would take away some of their privileges, and that really worked out pretty well for us. But look, dude, I literally reached out to different businesses around the area, and there's not a lot of businesses in Pinyon. I reached out to employee at Bash's, some doctors and nurses at the schools, and some people at Conoco, and at the chapter house, different places, right? And I brought them in, and I had all the students dressed professionally. And none of these students had done this exercise before. I said, all right, everybody is going to dress up professionally. All right. So what we're going to do is I have them prepare for a whole week, right? I think it was a week or 3 days. I don't remember. But I wanted to give them a chance to experience what it would be like if they were to do a job interview, like an actual job fair. So I said, all right, here's what you're going to do. You're going to create a resume. All right. And you're going to list down some of the jobs that you've done, and you're going to list down the schools that you've attended and what grade you're in. And then we're going to work on that for 1 day. All right. So all the students were literally just doing their resumes. They were doing their resumes. They said, Mr. G, how does this look? And even the guys who weren't really like out there, they would be all low key, but they would be like, hey, check this out. And I would check it out. And I'm like, yeah, this is really good, man. Good job. And then I just tell them like, yo, probably going to want to revisit that word right there. That word doesn't look right. And then I said, I'll be over there. If you need me, just come over or tell me to come over. Just like that, real simple. And then the next day, I told him, all right, now what we're going to do is we're going to practice, because when these people come into the school, they're going to be all at the gym. Everybody's going to be at the gym, and then everybody is going to be interviewing you. So you'll basically be applying for that job, and then they're going to have a paper, and they would say, they would have the list of qualities that the applicant had. And then did the applicant shake their hand, introduce themselves? Did they dress nicely? How did their resume look? Did they get the job? Yes or no? You know what I'm saying? So all of those employees that were downstairs had a paper, and they were doing the interview, and they had a list of questions to ask. And then I did different different job titles. So I'd be like, all the kids who are interested in like the medical field, they would be interviewed by someone who was in the medical field. Anybody who was interested in sales would be interviewed by someone in sales. Anybody who was interested in human resources, they would get interviewed by someone from human resources. Anybody who wanted to be a teacher would get interviewed by a teacher. That's how I split it all up. And then all the students were able to write down their experiences and all that. And then we did one day for the resume. The second day they were practicing. And then I think the third day is when they actually went in to do the interview. Well, as they were practicing, I said, remember, students, we need to dress professionally. So I back in the day, I used to wear suits and like button up shirts and stuff. And I had a lot of extra clothes. So I'd be like, if you don't have any professional clothes, just come see me, and then you guys can borrow some of my clothes. So I bring in a bunch of my clothes, and then they would use it for events like this or some activities like this. And I would be like, all right. So then the third day, right? All the employees, I met them, and I said, all right, everybody's going to have a seat here. We set up tables, and then they all took their tables, and I went upstairs, and all the kids were really nervous. They were like, oh man. They're all happy and stuff, And I was like, it's okay. You got this. I just got to go in there. Just be yourself. And the way you practiced yesterday, just do exactly what you did yesterday, but do it in front of these people downstairs. And they were nervous, all like, Mr. J, I'm nervous. And then some of the boys were like, man, I don't really want to do it. They were kind of being shy. And I just kept telling them, yo, you can do it. You can do it, man. Let's get it. Just encouraging them and then telling them that you believe in them. That really made a difference when I did these activities with the kids. So a lot of the kids went down there and they really killed it. When I was working over there, they really killed it. They were like, damn. They were like, when they came upstairs, they were like, oh, so nervous. And they're like, I did it though. And they're giving high fives to the kids. Man, good job. You guys did it. It was really nice. It was fun. And that's what I'm saying, man. There's different ways to implement different things, different types of learning. And that day, those students learned I think above everything, the lesson I was trying to learn is how to overcome that emotion of anxiety during around a professional setting like that. How to overcome that type of anxiety, because while they were upstairs and they were nervous, and I was just like, all right, just think about how everything is going to play out. Okay. It's only going to last for about 30 minutes. You'll probably never see that person again unless you get hired. Right. Just go in there, just be yourself, and just breathe. You got to remember to breathe. You got to just breathe. It's going to be okay. You're going to be fine. And if you can't handle all of this, tension, just remember that this isn't real. We're just practicing. And then that would kind of bring them back down. Okay, we're just practicing. But when they get closer to it, man, it gets a little more real. You know what I'm saying? But I think they walked away with how to deal with sort of a stressful moment like that. And then they also walked away with how it feels when you're in an actual job interview, and how to create a resume, how to dress professionally, how to introduce yourself, and how the application process works, because they had to apply too. They have to have an application and a resume. So I don't know. I think I did that like 3 years ago, maybe 4 years ago. It's been a minute since I've done that exercise with the kids, but I see, even me, like I didn't have any idea like how to engage with these kids, but the more I got to know them, sit down with them and get to know them, not on a personal level, not on a personal level, but rather on a teacher on student level, you know what I'm saying? And get down to their level, get them to get to my level, and then just have a conversation with them and then just talk with them, you know? I made it work. I mean, I don't understand how these teachers out here who have an actual degree or a master's in education can't fucking seem to get it together. Let me see. Let me read some of these comments. Natalie and Eric says, I had some excellent teachers at Rock Rock. I don't know what that school is. Farmington High School. That's good. Good for you. I'm glad you had excellent teachers. And a lot of these, a lot of it has to do with where you actually go to school at too. I guarantee you, a lot of students that live on the Navajo Nation have a lot of shitty experiences with their teachers. But I'm glad you had a good experience. But not a lot of students have that good experience. Had some cool teachers and some bad ones. Had teachers we called Mr. Mac, let us cuss all the time, smoke weed with him as well as band director who helped get my first gig out of high school. Yeah, I don't know if that's a good teacher or not. If a teacher ever smoked weed with my child, I would go in there and go to jail because I would smack the shit out of him. It is important to have different methods of learning. That is correct. We do need different methods of learning. Navajo Mama says, my favorite teacher in high school was very tough. Mr. Vale was professional and took his teaching career very seriously. He wanted his students to succeed. He was strict and had high expectations, but he was never disrespectful or mean. And I bet he was able to um, be more one-on-one with the kids, right? Like, let's say if a student needed some help, he would make sure to help the student, right? He wouldn't just be like, you got to figure it out. I already explained it to you, you know? I'm pretty sure he wouldn't have been like that if he was a very great teacher. Greg says, good topics. Shout out to Greg. Thank you. Native Glory to Ukraine. Native guy, Glory to Ukraine says, shout out to Mr. Pulos, Ms. Barron, Mr. Durin, Brady, Goat, FHS. Is that Farmington? You are not tripping. Schools unfortunately have been following the same way. I am not against what you are saying. I am all for career or charter schools or having schools that teach trades. I've worked at a charter school before too, and I got to say, I really love the way everything is structured, and I really admire the way charter schools, how they come up with the curriculum and how they implement the curriculum with the students and how things are like more hands on. Like I worked at a charter school, and I gotta say I really respect charter schools. You know. Soci Lar says private school or homeschool is the way to go. Just my opinion. Yeah, man, private schools they could be expensive. I don't think there's any private schools on the Navajo Nation either. And I honestly don't believe that a lot of natives on the res are able to be homeschool teachers too. Probably some of them are, but I don't think a lot of them are. I don't remember there being a private school on the res. Do you guys know of any private schools on the res? You and Jerickson are my favorite YouTubers. Upload more with him. I will not do that. I will not upload more videos with Jerickson. KC Mo says the system was set up. It was set up from a long, long, long time ago. Navajo Mama says teachers have their job. Yes, however, teaching first begins from home. We as parents need to be heavily involved with our child or children's education. It is our job to continually teach and model academics, behavior, and goals. We are their advocates. We have to teach our children how to learn and how to make wise decisions. True. That is very true. And it does start off at home, right? But my thing is that not a lot of kids out here on the res have good role models at home. And to me, I feel like those are the students that need the most attention. And though I don't think that it's right for teachers to stop focusing on students who are actually on their good behaviors and stuff, I feel the students who have more of a learning curve, or students that have a harder time learning in school settings, I think they do need more attention than other students do. So I think that I already know that there's different programs already set up for students who have a hard time paying attention in school. But I really think that they need to switch up names, because let's say if a student, I'm not too sure about this, honestly, don't quote me on this. I'm not too sure if a student has a hard time reading, or has a hard time in math. Um, I don't know if they send them to like special ed classes or not. And if that's where they send them, I think that they need to switch up that name, because I really feel like we need to. Honestly, I feel like we need to cater to the students' to their confidence, because though it might be the correct terminology, I believe, I'm not too sure if it is, but if it isn't, and if it makes students feel, any less than other people in the classes or in the school, then I really believe that they should create a different name or a different class for students that just need just a little more attention. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, yeah, a lot of kids don't get that though. A lot of kids don't have really good role models or parents who even give a shit about their education. And that's just life living on the res. That's just how it is. Rezi says, I second that to Soci Lar. Renee says, no child should come home on the first day saying the teacher is mean. Yelling isn't the way any teacher should be. Is isn't Yelling isn't what any teacher should be doing. That's correct. I don't believe that neither. Navo Mama says, Jamud said, yes, that is correct. Flagstaff High School. You look like Pedro. I don't know who the hell Pedro is. Um, how the fuck you gonna come in the comments while we're having a dope discussion like this with that whack ass comment? You look like Pedro. Bro, you need to get with the system, man. We're having a conversation. If you can't get with the convo, then get the fuck off the comments. How about that? Navajo Prep, close to the res in Farmington. It is, huh? I consider Farmington to be a res, honestly. It's just like the res. I consider Gallup to be a res too. So Navajo Prep is in the res. Man, Navajo Prep, yo, it's hard. It's hard to get into school like that. Not even speaking from a student perspective. I'm talking about just the presenter in general. It was very impossible for me to be able to speak to the kids and bring something different to the table. I tried for many years to be able to speak to those kids at that school, but it didn't work out for me. St. Michael's is a private school. Okay. It's very fortunate for students to get into private schools. Because, like I said, I don't know about the whole private school thing. Honestly, I don't really agree with it. Still almost lights out. I don't really agree with it because not every student is able to get that type of education. You know, I don't believe in it, and it might be a I guess it might be like a level of intelligence kind of thing to get into those type of schools, but a lot of students where you know were dealt a bad hand and they had to make they have to make do with what they have, you know. So it's so unfortunate, man. A lot of this topic, a lot of it at the end of the day, at the end of the road, it's all kind of unfortunate for a lot of the kids on the res, and that's the reason why I really I really feel like teachers in public schools, they need to be on top of their A game. I don't think they should come to school fucking around, and I don't think they should be assholes to the kids. And I honestly don't think they should come to school with a stick in their booty, because a lot of these students, they're getting private education, you know, and they're getting top tier fucking education. And I feel like they should take that into consideration, and they should take their job a little more seriously, and they should be like, hey, these kids out here, they're not getting the same benefits as a lot of kids are getting in private schools. So the least I can do is treat them respectfully and give them more one-on-one learning time, and then just be more respectful of where they're coming from and the type of student that they are. I think it boils down to that, honestly, because can a public school really have like private school stats? I don't know. Maybe they can, maybe they can't. But I think that just because you doubt it doesn't mean that they can't try it. You know? Is anybody in the chat a teacher? Navajo Mama is a teacher, right? Navajo Mama, you're a homeschool teacher. Is anybody else in the chat a teacher? Yeah, it starts at home. We have done as much as we could with our daughters starting at a very young age. She graduated with honors and is attending Texas Tech in MLS program. She is super intelligent. Hell yeah, good job. I am proud of your daughter. Good job for all that you guys do, for sure, for sure. Yeah, at some point we gotta hold the parents accountable. But like I said, man, it's tough because like my kids as moms, they are already on top of it. They're already teaching my boys and my daughter, they're already teaching them how to read. Like I saw my son and I was like seeing his he was just really smart with his shapes. And he said something about a rumpus, and I had no idea what the hell a rumpus was. And he said a rumpus, and I was like, "What is a rumpus, son?" He pointed at it and he said a rumpus. I don't know if I'm saying it correctly, but I was like, "That is that what you call it?" And he's like, "Yeah." And then I was super. I was literally kind of blown away because I didn't know what the hell those shapes were, and he knew how to say his ABCs all the way already. He already knew a lot of shapes. He already knew dinosaurs. He was already speaking at a really young age, so his mom was doing a really good job. And when we were talking back in the day a lot, I used to FaceTime him, and I used to see all of his mom's work, as far as like she used to make books. She makes books for them, and she would have English and Navajo in those books. So they would have pictures, and in the pictures they would have the English word on the bottom and how to spell it, and on this side it would be Navajo, and then they would go through the books. She was literally making her own books and teaching my boys this. um, I'm pretty sure she's doing it with my son now, my new baby. But Shaolin, I knew she was doing that with him a long time ago. So I was blown away, and I was super. I was it's good. It was a very good exercise that she did with my son, and I'm glad that she did it because he knew how to communicate, and he knew how to speak in Navajo with some words, and he knew a lot of animals at such a young age, colors, numbers, shapes, in Navajo and in English. Like he was, you know, the reason why he's so intelligent is because of everything that his mom was teaching him, as far as like, um, as far as like the little curriculum that she built on her own, and it was really good. And I gotta say that I think that she's doing a good job on raising my boys. You know what I'm saying? And even my daughter, like, um, my son has tons of books. You know, they read tons of books, and my son over there, my daughter, she has tons of books, and she wants me to read to her when I see her. I know that her mom reads to her too, and they teach. She also does Navajo and English, so it definitely does start in the household. And I'm so happy that my kids' mothers are taking that initiative to be able to teach um, my children early on so that they don't have such a hard time when they get older. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, they're definitely on top of it for sure. So I got to commend them. You know what I'm saying? My children are going to be super intelligent when they get older, and especially in school. And I honestly believe in that. So I, on the other hand, you guys might not believe me, but when I was younger, when I was a baby, I used to, I not a baby, but when I was young, I had a really hard time learning the word boat. And when I was in second grade, as I was reading, I couldn't understand boat. I had a hard time learning boat, and that's what held me back in second grade. Because in Phoenix, I went to school in Phoenix. In Phoenix, they didn't think I was like ready to move on to third grade because I was having a hard time reading. So I was held back in second grade, and I was also held back in fifth grade. You know what I'm saying? But it's all good. And I knew that I was smart. I always knew that I wasn't dumb, even to this day. Like, I'm not exactly the type of person you would call book smart. I'd be more of the person you would call street smart. I know shit that some people wouldn't know neither. You know, so I feel like I'm intelligent myself, but in other ways rather than just in the books. And I really believe that that's a really good quality, because now my children, they're learning a lot as far as book knowledge, but when they become older and they're able to be with me, I will teach them what I learned, and that's being more hands on. That's me being more like intelligent in my own way, because I learned a lot of shit, and I feel like I am able to teach these things that I learned to you guys, and then also my kids when they get older. You know, so they're definitely going to get education as far as school, and then education as far as what I have to teach them. So if it does start from the household, then a lot of kids are not as fortunate. You know what I'm saying? So it sucks, but it is the way it is, and I feel like that's where the teachers come into play, because if a student is lacking some type of education at home, then that's the whole purpose of having a school structure, so that the teachers can teach the kids. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like, as when it comes to behavior, I think it is definitely the people's um, it's definitely the people's responsibility to teach their children how to behave in public, and how to treat a stranger, and how to treat a teacher. You know, but as far as education and the curriculum, a lot of parents don't know what the fuck is going on in a school system. You know, and nowadays it's super difficult, because teachers nowadays are teaching students that there are more than two genders. And honestly, for me, I wouldn't want any teacher to teach my children that they're about gender. You know, I don't think that's necessary in the school system, but that's just my opinion. I definitely don't think that that's necessary. And I think that, as far as like sex education, and like as far as um genders gender equality, well, gender equality, I guess that's okay. But as far as I forget the word for it, but teaching my children that society are saying that there are more than 100 genders, I wouldn't want my teachers teaching my students that. And honestly, I don't think my parents would want teachers teaching me that either. So that's just my opinion. I'm not too sure exactly where a lot of you guys stand as far as that topic, but I definitely do believe that that's not appropriate to teach students that in the school system. But that's just me. So there's a lot of things that teachers could be doing differently, you know? And man, if that starts to happen, if that starts to become a curriculum, a part of the curriculum at schools, I honestly believe that there's going to be a shit ton of students that get withdrawn from that school. And then if students get withdrawn, then the money goes down, then the school could possibly be facing a shutdown. You know what I'm saying? Because count week is very important to a lot of schools. And if they start to implement that type of teaching in boarding schools on the Navajo Nation, and if a lot of parents are not with that, then they withdraw their kids, and then count week is not going to go down as well as they wanted it to. So they could potentially get, you know, defunded because they don't bring in enough students, and that's just facts, right? That's just the way it will work. Let's see. My Lisa says, wait, let me see. I'm gonna go up. Um, Lil Rezi says, gotta take a 3 test like the stats. Ransan says, gee, that is true and is a bad hand to be dealt with when your parents don't care. My mom and dad sure didn't care unless I was flunking, which never happened. Team Yazzie says, I like how charter schools meet more kids' needs than with a variety of educational approaches. True, I like that too. Native Rose says, good evening. Good evening, Native Rose. Lisa says, my son is in a private school in North California. He plays sports. Good for your son. Good job. Renee says, I was. Renee was a teacher back in the day. What did you teach, Renee? Alexis Gibson. Hello, Alexis Gibson. She says, good evening, Arrows. Good evening, Alexis. Ransan says, I don't think it rolls together, G, because of what'd you say? Licensure and certification per requirements for charter schools versus public schools. Lind, what the fuck is that word? Hold up.
Licensure. Licensure.
Licensure. I never heard nobody use that word before. Licensure. Huh. See? So I'm telling you, my dumbass was in the Navajo Nation school system for sure. Licensure. I teach youngsters how to how to build and frame. Yeah. See, there's actually a charter school out here who focuses on framing and stuff too, and becoming an electrician and framing homes and stuff like that. Definitely agree. Native kids on reservations going through different life events and have generational trauma. Also, I like what you're discussing. Thank you, Esther. Sociolar. Let's see. Lisa says, sounds like your BMs are on top of it. Awesome. Sup, baby boy. Say, sup, baby girl. Wait, what? I homeschooled, taught preschool, taught in an international school, and was an assistant professor. Rumbus. Awesome. He knows what it is. That's awesome, G. It definitely makes you proud to see them learn. Seeing parents proud makes kiddos happy, and that's mostly all they want to do. Exactly. I learned to play chess in BIA. I taught. I taught me a lot. It taught me a lot. Yeah, learning how to play chess can teach you a lot about life, for real, for real. Unfortunately, people around me in my circle, they don't like to play chess. And that makes me question their purposes in my life. There's some good teachers in Newcomb, New Mexico. Have some family working there. They are teachers who have worked at some of the best schools around the country and went home to work on the res. That's dope. Hell yeah. See, that's what I'm saying. Good job. So my daughter is gonna go to a private school. Yeah, there's talks about my baby going to a private school too. Mine did too, Lil Resi. We tried both private and charter schools and ending in public high school. Our kid is very well rounded in her education. Yeah, it definitely feel like the more experience a child has, the better off they'll be in the future. Personally, know I don't personally know your daughter, but I am proud of her going to the university. Hello, Jay Drumunson. I taught science, biology, and general. Yeah, so my message was for all the Miss McGays and Miss Yazzies to get their shit together. That's what my message was beginning of this live. Please, man, please, for the sake of the children, please get your shit together. Don't be disrespectful and don't be an asshole. Just do your job and figure out different ways to to teach your students. Okay, that's about all I have as far as this live. Does anybody else have any other comments? I just ate a steak. It was delicious, man. It was delicious. Albert Joe on my comment sections in that video that I posted earlier said, as a father, single parent, raising three kids, getting them ready for school is under budget. Maybe you and other native YouTubers could donate some supplies to subscribers. Just a thought. It would be nice. That would be really nice. But unfortunately, we also have our own children and we also have our own bills. So I think an event like the one LOG hosted the other day was really good because people brought in school supplies and they were able to like benefit the kids were able to get some school supplies from that drive. I mean, I don't think it would be that bad of a deal. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I could spare $20 at the end of the week. I could spare $20, and that's literally like paper, notebooks, pencils. That's all you really need to be a student is all of that. Um, I think nowadays they're getting into being more computers. You know what I'm saying? So computers and tablets. Pretty soon, no one's gonna be using papers and pencils. You down to do a haircut, bro? Wait, Rezi, a haircut when? Today? Tomorrow? When? Our Angus Burgers got a 10 out of 10 according to the fam here. Oh shit. Hell yeah, but according to the family, so that's a super biased opinion. You gotta send one of those over here so I can rate it. um, Native Atheist says, I stopped a guy once for speeding. Turns out he had a dead body in the trunk. Oh shit. He was so nonchalant about it. Some people don't deserve to walk the street. I watch these streams to chill out. Keep on. Damn, native atheists. Sheesh. We could do the haircut for the kids and donate some school supplies. Dude, I would be down, bro. I would be down, man. Like after this weekend, this weekend won't work because we got that event over there in Blue Gap, huh? Maybe we could shoot for like next weekend. Maybe we could set up at maybe we can set up at Gallup at the flea market in Gallup. I know someone at Navajo Nation was doing free haircuts for the kids. I think they were doing it at the museum. I think, bro. But I would be down to do that. I would be down to do some haircuts for the kids over there in at Gallup Flea Market. If you're down, I'm down. Maybe we could get our own booth and just have it set up and do free haircuts. Um, I don't know if you need a license to do shit like that. I don't have a haircut license or anything. I think maybe you need a license if you're getting paid for it, but we can just donate our time and then do haircuts for the kids. I think that wouldn't be an issue. I would really be down to do something like that, Rizzy. Team Yazzie with the laughing faces. Oh snap! My package just arrived. Dang, good idea, guys. Help the kids. Renee says, at Atheist, I just saw a Law and Order. I just saw a Law and Crime with the same thing out of Monroe, LA. Yeah, it's wild out here, guys. You guys ought to be careful. I got more content that's coming you guys' way. I noticed that nobody commented on school systems starting to implement like different genders and stuff. So maybe we can speak about that a little more later on. But I really think that that's very important to address. And I know what Donald Trump is saying about that issue. I believe he said something like they're gonna get some like criminal charges if they implement those teachings in public schools. I have a kung fu movie showing back here in the background. Homeboy's getting it. Look at him. Damn. You go, boy. All right. Don't forget, guys, on Wednesday, we will be going live with Anna Lynn. She's taking over the live. She'll be asking me the questions this time. I can't wait for that. So make sure you guys come through, check out that live. And I don't know. I think it'd be dope. I gotta go somewhere, and I gotta drop off this super dope bike. Look at that bike. It's just so cute and it's ready to be ridden. So I'm gonna drop that off. I'm gonna visit for a while, and then I'm gonna come back on the live probably later on tonight. Uh, I have some other things that I wanted to talk about, but I honestly, guys, I really need help this weekend with this event. I know that I don't like to be a person to get on the live and ask for money, but I still have the sticker machine. I'm still willing to give you guys some stickers, some custom stickers if you guys would like. I really need help buying some lights. I already bought some lights, but I need more lights. You know what I'm saying? And I need a volleyball. I don't even have a freaking volleyball. I have a volleyball net, but I don't have a volleyball. I mean, I can get it, but I don't know. It'd be dope to have you guys' help. So I am going to get off the live. I'm gonna take a shower, get all this cigar smell off of me, and I'm gonna save my steak for later. Probably gonna meet up with my sister later. We're probably gonna end up eating out. Probably. I don't know. It depends if she wants to treat me out. If she does, then I'm gonna eat something good. Probably eat another steak later. But if you guys are not following me on TikTok, make sure that you guys follow me on TikTok. I'm actually gonna upload a story to my TikTok right here, and I'm gonna let people know on TikTok that I just went live on YouTube. Let me clean the screen. Oh, I don't want to go live. I want to upload. Not upload. All right, here we go. All right. Yo, you. Oh, what the hell? Yo, you. Yo. Oh, okay. All right. TikTok. What is up? I just went live on YouTube. Everybody on the YouTube live, say what's up. Hope you guys are having a good evening. Tune into my live later, okay? TikTok. What is up? I just went live on YouTube. Everybody on the YouTube live, say what's up. Hope you guys are having a good evening. Tune into my live later, okay? Boom.
Be there for your children, you dumb fucks. Be there, love them, listen. It's not complicated, homie.
Yeah, it's pretty complicated when there's not no actual structure between parents. So it's easy for someone to say some shit like that, you know what I'm saying? Just be there. But if it's not like this, and if it's like this, it's nearly impossible. You know what I'm saying? What can I say, man? It's the way of the fucking world. Renee says, "Have a good evening." You have a good evening too. Lil Rezzy says, "Have a good one. Hit you up later." All right, bro. I'll talk to you later. Big dog. Team Yazzie says, "Have a good night." Have a good night, Team Yazzie. Irene Scott says, "Laters. Be careful out there." All right, you be careful out there too. Shout out to everybody who was watching. I don't know what you guys had planned this evening. I don't know what you guys were doing. I think I got on the live. Um, I think I got on the live at a pretty good time. I think some of you guys needed some entertainment, and I definitely needed some entertainment today too. I appreciate you guys for jumping on the live. It means a lot. Appreciate it very much. Jennifer says, "Have a good night. Stay blessed. Have a good blessed evening." Says Jennifer. Thank you. I will have a good blessed evening. And like I said, I might jump on the live a little later on again today. I'm not too sure. If I do, then I will. But if I don't, then I won't. I definitely will probably go live on TikTok because I haven't gone live on there. I'm trying to keep it consistent. And if you guys have any topics that you guys are interested in me sharing my opinions of, make sure you guys let me know. You guys know where to reach me. Don't be shy. Don't be strangers. Grown Talk with arrows at gmail.com, or just follow me on TikTok and see me a PM. All right. Easy as that. Thank you guys so much again. We'll talk to y'all later. Have a good night. I'm going to do some freaking ASMR here. Let's see. Oh shit, I SOS, emergency SOS. Yeah. Yeah. Does that feel good to you guys? Does that sound good? Shit. Here's one. I got you guys. I got you guys. Okay, okay. What else I got in here? That one sounds good, huh? That does feel so good. Doesn't that feel good? Sounds good. Yeah. I got you guys right here. Check this out. Shh. Don't talk. Just listen. Shh. Don't talk. Just listen. Okay. Here we go. That's it. It's the heartbeat of the mouse. That's what's up. What else I got in here? I know I was gonna take off, but this is pretty fun. Sucks. Check this out. Check this out. Ready for this one? Yeah. Let's see. Here it is. Oh fuck. Man, this will probably get one. Yeah. Anyways, that's enough for ASMR with arrows. Somebody better not get on here with the Clish 3000 and get on the ASMR. Don't do it, big dog. Stay away, big dog. Don't even try it, big dog. Don't do it, big dog. All fun and games till you get king cancer. And then you retracted your message. Come on, dog. Don't be that kind of don't be that kind of troll. If you're gonna troll, you better troll and remain trolled. Okay. Is this the end of the live or am I tripping? Yeah, this is supposed to be the end of the live. I just got on that ASMR shit. I'll get off the live. Fine. I'll get off. Talk to you guys later. Bye.